Week I'm going to be tying my little cone head shrimp pattern that I do. It probably passed for a crayfish as well. I like throwing it when I'm on the coast for redfish. It's got a deer hair body. It's going to set kind of almost flat like this when it's down there. It's going to slow fall because all the deer hair. Got a collar on it. It's got some hackle going out, some legs. It's a pretty simple little pattern. Only takes a few minutes to, takes less than 15 minutes to tie it up. You'll trim out the hair, get it the way you want it. There we go. But so enjoy. Like I said, it's a pretty simple fly. It's going to have you 3 hackles, eyes, some silly legs, little polar chenille collars in there to help with some flash on the front and a little bit on the back here. Uses a cone and some lead-free wire wraps to weight it to get it down, but it's going to slow fall, and it's going to, of course, bring it down like this, and then it's going to set right like this for you. You can see in my hand how it sets, and you can see I've got that hair tapped down pretty tight. Sorry, it's taking me a while to get a video. I'm trying to get ready. I'm going to be at the Maggie Valley Fly Fishing Show. It's like a week away right now. Be tying up a bunch of different flies. I'll be, of course, doing saltwater flies, freshwater flies, streamers for muskie, streamers for bass, streamers for trout. I'll be set up the whole weekend. Then the following weekend, I'm going to be at the Appalachian Fly Fishing Festival in Thomas, West Virginia, doing all the same stuff. So make sure you guys come out and see me there. Have plenty of flies for you to pick up. I have brochures so you can maybe set up a guide trip here in Eastern Kentucky. Not enough people come here and fish that realize how great the fly fishing is here for smallmouth bass, smallmouth bass, carp, muskie. We even get into the trout a little bit. So guys, enjoy the video. Let me know what you think, and remember to please like and subscribe. And for this my shrimp pattern that I've got going on, I'm going to start with a Firehole 826 26-degree bend hook. I really like these hooks for this just because of the angle it gives us. Plus, it's a Firehole. I mean, they're sharp as you can get. Can't get much better than that. And when you're looking at trying to stick something that's got a mouth like a redfish, or a lot of the saltwater fish, you gotta have something that's sharp. Plus, it's got a fairly good sized gap on it for this, so it gives you a good opening there. As you can see, it's got this nice little bend onto it. Like I said, it's only 26-degree bend, so it's not much one. Next, I'm going to get just a small cone head. I think these are 1/8 because I'm not going very deep. I don't need to go deep, but don't need to take a lot. So it's going to slide it on there and put it in my vise here. So there's what we've got. Go. So you can see that's what we've got going on now. Next, I'm going to just take a little bit of my lead-free wire here in this is actually 35.035 diameter. I'm not going to need a lot. I just want enough to kind of help hold that cone in place while I'm tying, plus give it a little bit of extra weight just to kind of help with things. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that and I'm going to twist it off of here. Go. Grab my tweezers here. I just can't hold it without the tweezers, and I'm just going to make a few quick wraps around here. It's like 4, maybe 5 in this case. I'm going to helicopter that off. Push it up here a bit. Get that off. That extra off of there. There we go. And just shove that right up against the cone. Kind of help hold it and lock it in place. Then I'm just going to come back here. I've got a little 3/0 uni thread in a brown. It's going to come straight to the very back. Start my thread there. That's where we're going to start at. Now, another good thing about these hooks is they are barbless, which is always an advantage. So next, I'm just going to grab 3 longer tan grizzly saddle hackles. So I just need 3 of them. Take them and line them up together and place them to where they'll be about a little over, we've got the hook shank, about a shank and a half the hook back out the back side there, and just tie them in. A few wraps to hold them down, pull it tight, and then just trim this excess out of the way. And then tie that down and come back here, right back to where you started at. Get them started. There we go. Next, I am just going to take 2 of my silly legs in a brown peppered color and just bring them in here and tie them in next, putting half on each side. You want them a little shorter than what your hackles are for your shorter. Just kind of get them up and tied into place. So then I'll come in here real quick. I'm just going to trim it because I got a little bit longer on one side than the other. Trim them out of the way, and that puts 2 on each side. And there we go. Next, I got some of these EP eyes. Set a couple of them out. These are in the red. I'm just going to figure out about how long I want these, because I don't want them, and I always line mine up behind the bend of the hook. Take 2 twists there, lock them down, come back up here. I'll get them into where I want them. Angle them to where I want them at. And what I usually try to do, just to kind of help separate them a little bit, is I come in there and I just take and throw a twist in there. It kind of helps pull them apart a little bit. There we go. Don't need them real far apart, just enough. And then I always come back in here, because this is some pretty thick mono. I'm just going to trim these out with a pair of wire cutters. There we go. Wrap that all down. And there those are. Next, I've got a little UV polar chenille here. And this is in the rust copper color. I'm just going to take and tie this in here real quick. I just want to make one quick twist around like so. Just to give it a little bit of flash in there at the head, what will be the head of the shrimp. We'll tie that in. That all tied down tight, and then just come up right in front of it where you get your bare shank of your hook back at. That just gives you a little bit of a flash in there on it. Next, we're going to start with our, get us some deer hair. This is in the red. Give you the exact name of it here. Let's see. I want to give you the exact name. I'll have to find it and give it to you. Oh, here we go. This is the rusty brown deer hair from Hairline. I'm just going to start. We'll form us a collar. It's going to wrap all the way around that, like so. We're just going to tie that in. It's going to let that other side flare. I want that back end flare up to get us started there. Up, come up here in front of it. Okay. Get all that loose out of there real quick. There we go. Now all I'm going to do is going to lay this in there, and I'm just going to start spinning it in. Let that go a little too soon there, didn't I? Got enough there that we can do another one. Going to keep packing that in, spin it, and then packing it down until we get all this filled up here. Now I know a lot of people will stack all this, things like that. I really don't see no use in stacking this because I'm going to trim it all off anyway. going up in there with this. Kind of when you get down here near the end, you'll go with smaller clumps just to make it a little bit easier on you. Just till you get right up against that wire. Okay. Now what I'm actually going to do, just to kind of finish this out, is get in there. Use my hands to kind of spread it around there a little bit. I'm just going to stack some in there instead of just to kind of help hold it in there. Okay. Now, right here at this end, I'm going to come back in there with some more of that polar chenille. Go right in behind there. And just make one quick wrap just to finish that off. Go. Snip that out. Push all that forward there now. Hold that up out of my way there as best I can. Get ready to tie that in. Grab my whip finisher here. And keep from go. There. That's that all tied in there now. Now, I'm going to start with, I'm just going to kind of clean everything out. Run a comb through it here just to get some of that looser stuff out. And I'll grab me a razor blade, and I'm just going to kind of go right over the back of this here. We want this pretty flat, because what this is going to do then, we have that bottom flat, it's going to set down for us. There we go. Let's come in here with my scissors, kind of trim a little bit of this up here. There we go. Now we're going to flip it over. This will be the way you'll be seeing it. And what I'm going to do here now, I'm going to come in here. I'm just going to start bringing this down below the hook point. Trim this off, rounding it a little bit. Keep that collar on it. This is going to give you this body shape here. I want to kind of, so I usually come in there with my scissors and kind of finish off, shape it up a little bit more. I do you want a pretty thin body profile here. I'll throw hair all over the place. It's gonna be great. Make a nice big mess for everybody to see it. Lose stuff inside the hairs that's laying there. You're gonna love doing this. So that'll be your basic shape that you're gonna have. It's gonna be packed down pretty tight in there. The hair will be. There we go. That's going to be our basic shape and pattern there to it. You can kind of go through, trim it up exactly the way you want it. This is the way I like it to be. Like this thinner body. All this then sprawled out behind it there like this. Get that off of there now. What I want it to do is to lay down perfectly flat, which I'll have a picture of it on there for you so you can see what I'm doing, how I like it. Like I said, I keep these pretty sparse and thinned out. I don't think you need a lot for them. So, alrighty.